Our instructions for work together 1-2 are write the answers to the following problems. Your instructor will guide you to the following example. For each transaction, place a plus in the appropriate column if the classification is increased. Place a minus in the appropriate column if the classification is decreased. So what we need to do is we have to read the first transaction. And the first transaction says bought supplies on an account. So we have to go through, and again, my notes are now covered up, but hopefully you took notes and this will help you. So I bought supplies on an account. What's one of the accounts that would have been affected? One of those green words on my board. You kind of see it in the transaction. You can't see it on the board now because I have my screen down. Bought supplies on an account. Supplies, very good, Alyssa. And Alyssa, was supplies an asset, liability, or owner's equity? Asset. Do we have more supplies or less supplies, Alyssa? Yes. So we know we need a plus in the assets. We're going to start with what we know. Okay. The other thing we have is on an account. So that was my example of Don's, right? So we said the account title was accounts payable, Don's Quality Market. What type of an account was that, Dalton? Do you remember? Accounts payable, Don's Quality Market. Was it an asset, liability, or owner's equity? I'm sorry, I just can't hear you. You are rock solid. Do we owe more money or less money because I bought an account from them, Dalton? So if I go and take pears from your house and I say I'm going to pay you later, do I owe you more money or less money? More. That's the exact example. So for liabilities, we are actually going to owe more money. So we're going to put a plus mark in the liability section as well. Is that going to keep our equation in balance? If one goes up, the other side would need to go up. Would you agree? Transaction number 2. Receive cash from owner as an investment. Ellie, what one do you think would be affected? Assets. How would assets be affected, Ellie? Was that? Increase or decrease? Increase. Because we would have more of it. Braden, what would another one that you think would be affected? We have one thing that's being affected, and Ellie said it was cash as an asset. What do you think the other one would be? For transaction number 2, receive cash from owner as an investment. We are on transaction number 2 right here. So the first one Ellie said was cash, investment, and where would investments be? Nope. The key word is before investment. Owner as an investment, so it's going to need to be our owner's equity. So we are going to have an increase in our owner's equity because the owner is putting money into the business. Okay, number 3, paid cash for an insurance. Alec, what would one classification that's being affected? Cash. Cash is an account, and cash is what type of classification? Asset, liability, or owner's equity? Yes. Do we have more cash or less cash? Yes, we would have less cash. What else would be affected, Alex? Yes, and insurance is what type of an account, Alex? Are we going to have more insurance or less insurance? So we're going to have an asset going up and an asset going down. So that's why I didn't type anything in there. So I'm going to do a plus, comma, and a minus. The last one that we're going to do today, because I am going to get through it before the bell rings, is going to be paid cash on an account. So Trenton, what would one account that would be affected for number 4, paid cash on an account? Yes, what type of an account would that be, Trenton? I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes, are we going to have more cash or less cash, Trenton? Yes, so cash as an asset is going to go down. Now we have that whole on an account thing. Just like we did in number 1. So Caleb, what would the other classification that's going to be affected? Liability. Do we owe that business more money or less money because of this transaction? Less. So we're going to have a minus here. And then go ahead and check answers. Yay! For tomorrow, I want you to finish the on your own. Okay? For tomorrow, finish on your own.